purpose is for the 90-90. Get your mind right. Because if your mind's not right, your money's not going to be right. That's bottom line. I mean, right now we only have a select few on here. The inner circle should be just people that you're willing to work with every single day. Keep track of them. Tyrone and I discussed earlier today the mood of what we're going to be going through the 90-90. Now, understand that because it's going to be so strenuous, you may, take time away from your family. We're going to be your extended family. We're going to be a check-in. But when you talk to prospects, you just have to be so aggressive with it because this is not just, anybody coming into the business. This is giving 100% of your time to 100% of your team. So you got to be willing to be like, rah, all the time. Stay close to the fire. Someone call you, and for whatever reason you missed the call, make sure you get back with them. Now, Tyrone is going to go into all the prospecting type deal, but for me personally, you just got to be all hyped up all the time in people's faces. You got to be able to get in people's faces like I do. Like, I'm always in your face. I always tell it like it is. It doesn't matter what they say to me because my bank account is not going to reflect what they think. I don't get paid off of thoughts. Yes?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Webb, we said we're not going to keep him too long, so go ahead, do your thug pizzle, and let us
All right.
go.
I'm pretty much going to go over three approaches that you're going to take with the 90-90. Okay. I'm going to keep it short. We actually have some templates for the information I'm going to go over with you. One is the PQSE S3.
Yes.
That's peak interest, qualify, that you show the information, and then three-way phone call. The other information is approaching the cold market. People that don't approach you, you approach them first. Okay, I'm pretty much going to go over that. Your list and the promoted posts. Okay. Now the first approach is, you're having regular conversations with people. These are people that you don't really know. Okay, they're your cold prospects. Okay, you never want to jump right into talking about wake up now. Okay, you always want to, go for the build first. All right. Now, if you write this acronym down, it's called FORM. FORM. Okay, that basically stands for family, occupation, recreation, and then message. Okay, family is pretty much you're asking them questions about their family. How many kids do they have? Are they married? Once they give you their response, you pretty much can respond back to, to your response to your question. If you're married, if you're whatever case you have kids or something like that. Occupation, what do they do for work? How long they've been doing it? You're pretty much building that trust factor, that relationship. You're not really just all about looking at them as just dollar signs. Okay, you're looking to actually get to learn and know about people. Okay, and try to fit, that void in their life. Try to wake up now and eventually. You don't want to just jump right into it. Okay. Um, the R is recreation. What do they do for fun? What do they do after they leave work? What do they do on the weekends? How much time do they have off? Okay. And then the M is the message. Okay. Now this is a pretty good question that you could ask them after you finish, establishing that relationship. You could ask them, hey, if you could change anything about your job, what would it be? Okay, then you pretty much want to act like you're really interested. And then after they respond, you pretty much say, that's interesting. Okay, how much would you need coming in to do that for a living every month? Okay, and then after they respond, you say, wow, you know what? You're exactly what they told me to look for. Now they're looking at you like, what are you talking about? And you're pretty much telling them, hey, listen, I think I have the perfect thing for you. If I find this video that's about 10 or 15 minutes long, when can you look at it? Okay, then they'll give you their response. Now, after they give you their response, you want to ask them for their phone number, or you can ask them for their phone number prior to you asking that question, or whatever case may be, however the conversation flows. Okay. Now, that's pretty much the form technique. That's the building relationship. That should take about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, or it might take a couple of days, depending on how long the person takes to respond back to you. Let me see. Now, as far as the following up with them, now after you send a video, you want to ask them, if I call you at this particular time, are you going to ask? Like, are you for sure going to finish watching that video? They get the response. Then you definitely call them. Whatever time that you schedule with them. Okay. This is actually a video that I saw the other day. It's the PPS3, but I shortened it a little bit and pretty much made it for us basically. Now the second approach is the list. I actually made a video pretty much going over how to contact your list. Your 50 people. You're pretty much going through your list, telling them, hey, listen, you started something really big, you need to take a look at it, or if you want to go with the passive approach, if somebody comes to you around Wake Up Now, make sure you don't join with them, you join with me, or something like that. But you want to do it passively if you're afraid to approach somebody about Wake Up Now, which you shouldn't really be. Okay. Now the third is the promoted post or the sponsored post. Now they're really effective. Like Kamar, Kenya, they've really perfected using them now. Now with my inner circle, I want you guys to actually all use it. Now the more people that use the promoted post, the more effective it'll be, the more people it'll reach. Okay. We have different trainings that actually go over the promoted posts and how to do them correctly. And they're really effective. Okay. And we're gonna have some other training, some other hangouts going over the Google Hangouts. Going over the promoted posts. But as far as the responses and how you respond, to the promoted post, I'll give you an example of how you do that. Okay. It's a little script that you can take down. I got it written. Now, when people, ask you, what is this money thing? What are you talking about? First thing you're gonna ask them is for their phone number. Don't ask them anything for their phone number. Now, if they don't respond to you, they're disqualified. So if they make up some excuse, they're disqualified. Now, if they don't have a phone, what you want to do is ask them when can they sit down and watch, a 20-minute video or 15-minute video. Okay. And then that's when you send the video to them. But if you get on the phone with them, you let them know, hey, listen, I like to be up front with the people I partner with. So let me ask you this. If everything I'm about to share with you makes sense and everything sounds good to you, how soon will you have $100 to get started? Okay. And that's when you can either go through your story or you can then send them a video or get them on a conference call or something like that. Okay. It's really simple. These three approaches are kind of basic. Once you get them down pat and, once you master it, it becomes very simple. I think I've become like an expert at developing relationships. I don't always get straight into Wake Up Now because people like to buy, but they hate being sold to. So if they think you're trying to sell them something, they're going to just write you off. They're going to ignore you. They really won't pay no mind. They want to know that you actually care. And if you listen to them, they're actually going to pay you attention, okay? And you want to definitely build with people and actually get to know people. The more people you know, the more people's going to like you, okay? But we're not, I don't mean like, but I mean like relate to you. Because we're not really in the business to get to like each other. We're in the business to make money with each other, okay? But you still want to build that relationship, all right? That was kind of the three approaches that I really wanted to go over. I think that's pretty much it right there. Did I miss anything, Kenya? Should I expand on something else?
Say it again.
Should I go over more detail over something I missed, or?
Are you going to put the script that you just used in the chat? I mean, in the group?
Yeah, I'm gonna put all the scripts inside the groups and stuff like that.
Okay, then we good. I mean, for the most part, I need to just stress how aggressive you guys have to be, guys and gals. Excuse me. How aggressive you guys and gals have to be. You cannot, when you're talking to we're the cold market, and especially when you're talking to your warm market, family and friends who've been looking at you for a year or however long you've been in the business, you cannot now go to them and be like, oh, you know what? I'm serious now. I'm doing my 90 and 90. I want you guys to get involved. They're not going to do it. Tell you right off the cuff. You have to tell them, this is what I've been doing. This is what's working for me. You're going to not hear from me for the next 90 days, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to be hanging out. I'm not going to be clubbing. I'm not going to be doing anything with you for 90 straight days. Why? Because this is what I'm committing myself to do. They're probably going to look at you like you're a mad person if you've never done anything like this before. But that's okay. You know why you're doing this. You keep your why in front of you always. Make sure you connect up with your upline, downline, sideways, whatever the case may be. That's going to be your strength right there. And just keep pushing forward. You're going to come up with all kind of opposition. You're going to come up with, oh my goodness, my dog got run over by the cat. Whatever. Just you got to just keep pushing, you guys and gals. Your goal is to get one person per week and check in with you something. That's it. That is it. You talk to a prospect. Your whole focus. I don't care how long the conversation will be. Try to keep it as precise as possible. But your whole focus from the time you hit inbox them, from the time you walk up to them and tap them on the shoulder, from the time you saw them, everything that you do, you're posturing yourself. You're teaching them how to go ahead and conduct this business. So you have to do it in the right way. You have to be aggressive because you want them to be aggressive.
And like also, I know a lot of you guys. I know myself. I've gotten kind of comfortable using Facebook and just chatting with people. Um, I want to get in the habit of actually talking to more people on the phone. And what I actually started today, and what I'm started from today until the end of August, is talking to people on the phone, not explaining anything on Facebook, getting on the phone and talking to them, and actually learning about who I'm going to be potentially dealing or doing business with. Um, like I fell in love with just talking on Facebook and asking people questions about themselves. Do that on the phone because people can relate more on the phone and in person. Okay. Now, as far as the 90-90, me personally, if I could do it offline, I would. But everybody's situation is different. So if you can't do it offline, then definitely you want to build online. But don't just solely rely on Facebook and social media. Get outside and connect with people. Find people in your local area doing meetings and stuff like that. Um, like Kenny said, it's just one person a week. That's not the hardest thing in the world to do. But we are dealing with a lot of skeptical and closed-minded people. But really, that's really not a lot of people. I used to do that. I do that I probably bring about 8 people a month. And that's kind of low for me. I actually bring about 20, 25 a month when I first started. So 4 people a month is not the hardest thing in the world to do, especially with the techniques that we're teaching, and the techniques are proven to work. So if you apply them, every day, you definitely see those results. But you just gotta remain consistent, persistent, and stay focused. And everything is pretty much laid out for everybody to actually just follow and not try to, recreate, what's already made for you. Just follow the system. I've actually seen people in the past year, they don't wake up now, haven't necessarily brought anyone in. And to me, that's crazy, especially if you're using Facebook and social media every day. That's kind of crazy. How many people are you connecting with? You know, you just gotta increase that. 2-3 times as much. Okay. That's pretty much what I want to talk about.
Anybody else got anything? Keep in mind, you guys and gals, this is for us. If you found something that's working for you, share with the group.
Come on, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? All right. Yeah, so I have a technique that I've been using with the sponsored posts. I kind of took a little bit from different people. Like I took some from Tyrone, and I took some principles that Lozado uses, and it's really about just making sure you pre-qualify people early because what would and also from you, Kenya, you had mentioned that you got to ask people questions to just make sure that they're ready. They have the money, they have the mindset. So what I do with my team is I have a script that's laid out, and basically I do the sponsored posts. Um, they hit me up or they like it or whatever. I hit them up. Are you serious about getting? Are you serious about changing your lifestyle and the lifestyle of your loved ones by participating in 90K in 90 days challenge? And 99% of the time they'll say yes. Then I, start to explain to them this is how it works. We connect you with a direct mentor. On my team, this is how we say it. We connect you with a direct mentor. We connect you with a team of like-minded people that are going to be working towards this goal. Does that sound good? They're like, yeah. Okay, before we get started, I got 2 questions to ask you. Are you coachable? What that means is, if we give you a blueprint to follow, will you follow it? They say yes. Then the next thing we ask them is, okay, the opportunity that we're with has a $99.95 membership fee. Would you have that available on a major debit or credit card to get started? If, after we show you the information, it sounds like a good opportunity for you. Sure. Then I say, okay, you're qualified to move on to the next phase, which is me sharing the video. So before you even get the video, I'm pre-qualifying you up to a certain point. What we've noticed with that is we get a lot of people that used to sign up and just not, pay or do anything afterwards. We've eliminated a lot of those people. The folks that actually sign up, a lot of them are very, very focused and energetic, and they really want to get things going. They're chasing us down for information to get started. It's kind of crazy. It's a little bit of a shift. That's pretty much what we've been doing. And then also, I've been taking that and giving that to my team to duplicate. Another thing that we do on my team is we use the group me a little bit different. We have a group. I trained up the whole team on how to go through the whole process. It's very similar to the PQS3, what you described, Tyrone. Very similar to that. But what we do is we kind of break it up a little bit more. When you pique interest, if it's someone in your warm market, once you pique interest, you automatically kick them over to somebody in the team that's trained up on how to do a different part of the process. And the reason why we do that is when people come in, they're at different phases. Some people have experience with network marketing, some people don't. Some people are comfortable with talking with people, some aren't. So you want to plug people into a process that works and is very easy to adapt to. So within 15 minutes, we got them trained up on peak interest. Focus on that. Show them how to do that with sponsored posts to get leads. And then once they get leads, they kick them off to somebody else on the team. As they start to develop people on their downline, they show them the same thing. They plug that new person into the process, and we keep moving. Every time someone gets trained up, we put them into a group me group, and then what would happen is they might have someone that they can't handle a situation. Maybe they don't know how to answer a question about a specific product. So then that's when the 3-way call comes in. So with the 3-way call, that's we bring somebody on the team through the group me. We hit the group me up and we say, oh, I got a prospect that I need to close out. Who's available? Just like a regular 3-way call, but we have like a team of people that's already trained and they know how to close. So what we found out with that was that sometimes people are available, sometimes people aren't. But if you have that system that you could just throw people into it, and you have people that are trained with a certain level of success, they'll close them out for you. So you can go away, go on vacation, go do your thing, and you have your team working it for you. So that's some stuff that we've been discovering. Just as a team, we've been just kind of working that stuff. And I've been getting Tyrone some of that information.
That's definitely powerful, man.
Yeah.
But how would we go about that as far as people not having a team already? You know, so what do you recommend? Well, I think these approaches, everybody can do. But you have a team that's established already, and you can delegate different, responsibilities. So how would one go about doing that if they don't have a team now? You know what I'm saying?
Say that one more time. Talk up louder. I can't hear you.
And I'm saying like you have a team that you're able to delegate different responsibilities to, right?
Right.
How would one go about delegating different responsibilities if they don't have a team? How would they go about picking interests and assigning different responsibilities? What do you recommend?
Oh, when people are just starting out.
Yeah,
Well, when you're first starting out, you at least have an upline, right? You at
right,
least have one person that you're connected to. So everyone is when you peak interest, right? That's really the lead generation, right? You need people to talk to bring them in. So everyone, the first step of the process is peak interest, right? So if you start off, you got to peak interest, and plug them into another team or another set of uplines like yourself or Kenya or folks that are already established.
okay. I think you have a nice setup that you have going on.
Yeah, it took time to build that though. It wasn't like you know, it took a lot of mistakes to get to that setup.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, because Tyrone, that's what happened. Like I had it at a point where I had like 20 people a day I had to follow up with. It was crazy. And what I realized was I couldn't do it by myself. I needed my team up. So I took a month back, trained everybody up that was already there. I had people that went yellow. So I brought them in on a plan, and I said, "This is what we're doing. I'm gonna train y'all up, so y'all can help me out, and I could also help you as your teams build." And that's why everybody started coming back, and then they started plugging into it, and that's why like the retention has been a lot higher because now, because a lot of folks come on, but they don't know what they can do. They don't want to talk to their. I think the struggle that I've seen with the folks that I've seen has mostly been with generating leads at the beginning, because they're very sensitive around their warm markets. So the sponsored post kind of solved that problem.
Right.
So, you know, at the beginning, you're just kind of figuring it out. You're listening to your upline. Um, you're following what you're being told. You know, some of it works, some of it doesn't work all the time with everyone.
Right.
So you just kind of got to figure out what works the best for you and your people. Like, I've shared videos and folks told me to share videos I always bombed out whenever I use certain videos, like with every single person.
Yeah.
And I figured out, okay, I got to try a different video, and then that started to work. So it's going to always come down to that person and where they're at in their self development.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. What video do you share with your prospects? Is it one particular video?
I have three of them. There's the 5 minute one is really really good to get people's interest peaked if they're really interested in the business part. The 9 minute video. This is 9 minute video that just came out. I think it might be a Brandon Boyd video, but it has this girl talking. I gotta maybe send you the link or something. But that's been going pretty good. And then there's this 22-minute video. The 22-minute video has been really really good. The 9 minute video is what I've been using lately.
Okay.
But it basically is like an overview of everything. And that's the ones that I've been seeing the most success with.
Do you see yourself having to explain, the business, after they see the 9 minute video?
No, not much. Maybe a couple of questions.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Joshua, Tanisha. Welcome back, Kenya.
Thank you.
The one thing that I'm actually really good with, like you said, Tyrone, like you got to work off your strengths. You told me that one time.
Yeah.
I'm really good with dealing with the conversation around scams.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm really, 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 really good with that. So um, I don't challenge anybody. The first thing I do is agree with their opinion. I say, oh, okay. Listen, you know what? If I were you and I went through your life experiences, I could see how I could come to that conclusion too. That whatever you say is a scam. And then I have a video that I send them to educate them. And I say, you know what? Somebody sat me down one day, and I used to think the same way, and then somebody sat me down and provided me a video that kind of clarified things for me, and it kind of gave me a different point of view. Has anybody ever did that with you? And 99% of the time they say, no, no one ever sat me down. Oh, okay. Do you mind if I'm the person that does that for you?
Are they that open? 'Cause I get a lot of those people.
Yeah. 99% of the time, 99% of the time they're like, yeah. There's once in a blue moon, you get like, nah, forget that scam. Then you to discuss. But most people, it's like you got to come at them humble, like, like, look, I could empathize with you, like nobody really like showed me, and it doesn't sound like anybody showed you, so let me. It's kind of like you develop in a relationship with them, a commonality, because
Right.
people like to look good. They don't want to look bad in front of people. They want to look knowledgeable.
Right.
So I don't challenge them or anything, huh?
Now that's a good approach. Actually, I remember listening to that in the Eric Worre audiobook. Because most people they haven't been educated on what a scam really is. So it's our duty to actually educate them and not really attack. I've actually found myself on the attack a lot of times. Sometimes I gotta pull myself back. But we definitely gotta take the approaches, to educate people, not to try to make them look bad or nothing like that. You know, but that's a good approach right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Tyrone. Like 99% of the time, it always works out. Like, see, the thing is, you don't necessarily have to convince that person why they should join Wake Up Now. But if you create one less person who resists the idea of Wake Up Now, that makes it easier for the next person that may be talking to them. Or when somebody's talking to somebody they know and they're that person that they get, like sometimes people call people to ask them their advice, and that might be the person that they're calling, that person that had that scam conversation. So it's kind of like you changing the conversation around network marketing so that it's a lot easier to have the conversation in general. But if the opinion is scam, 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 you can't really resist that. The agreement is too strong against your conversation. So you got to shift the agreement towards what you want it to be.
I run into can you hear me? Come on, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
That's it. Let me not hog the time.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
That was awesome. I hope you guys are taking notes. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing, Tyrone, I would say is there's three different things going on. You got. Oh, you can't hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I saw Tyrone kind of pointing. I don't know. The other thing is, when it comes to business, there's really three things, right? There's acquisition, there's retention, and then there's cancellation, right? So we want to be in the business of bringing in new people, but we also want to be in the business of retaining people. You know, so when I actually, before this call, I had a call with my team, and I was teaching them like how to be a downline. Like that's really important because as soon as they get one person, they're automatically a downline. There's some organizational like wake up now accountabilities that come with that folks aren't aware of. You know, it really is about teaching people how to keep their people in. Like some people don't do basic things. Like they don't check in with their people once or twice a week. Like they don't gotta check in on everybody, but at least check on your downline, and then teach your downline how to check in on their downline. So that is passed down. You know, sometimes people go yellow because of circumstances. Like Tyrone says, people don't leave people feeling like they care about them. They just feel like they're a number. So I'm a new person, you got me in, and then you disappear on me. You know? So sometimes it's those little human things that have people like not stay around, not stick it out. They don't explain, sometimes they don't explain to them. It takes a little bit of time. It usually takes about 6 months to a year to really get your business up on average. They don't explain little things that kind of set them up, set up their expectations. And then also being responsible enough to disqualify people that have unrealistic expectations. Like you got people that come in, oh, I want to make magic happen in 2 weeks because they saw some story about somebody that went F4 in 3 hours or something like that. Not understanding that that's not the norm for any company. You know, that's really like, there's a backstory behind that. You know what I mean? Just having people base their actions in reality instead of unreality. You know, just having that conversation with them, and giving them accountability. Like you have, like for example, if somebody puts somebody under you, don't act like the person that put them under you is still accountable for them. Yeah, they're accountable for them just to check in and make sure everything's good with the transition. But once that person's under you, treat them like they're yours. Talk to them, bring them into the loop, bring them into the circle, you know, invite them out if they're in your neighborhood, connect with them as a human being, because now this is your partner. I don't know any partnership that works without you connecting with them or talking with them or being in communication with them. I don't know, like people act like this is magic, like I sign you up and then I'm just going to sit down and relax and sip on some pina coladas. I don't understand, you know? It's about relationships. You got to nurture the relationship and build it. And then also in the way that you communicate with your teams, you got to have them, like Andy Bennis and those guys say, you got to become a product of the product, right? So what I told my team this week was, look, every week check in with your downlines twice a week. Ask them, what products did you use today? What products did you use this week? And then make sure the answer every 2 weeks is something diverse. Like you don't want them to just be using the same products alone. Hey, you use the tax bot, you use the coupons, how about the language tool? Because when they start using it, they might start discovering better ways to have a conversation around it, better ways to pique interest. They might actually start discovering things that will keep them around a little bit longer because they pay $99.95 for this package. So why not have them benefit from it? Yeah, so those, you know, that's really the thing. Like retention is really about, and then also being very clear on their why. Like Kenia says, put your why in front of you. Just make sure that you remind them of their why. Like when things get rough, like, hey, why did you join up again? That's what we do on the call. Like every call that we're gonna do from now on, maybe every other call, we'll remind each other of our whys. So when we disappear, we call you and say, hey, you remember that why you told us about? Right. You still serious about that why? Oh, you're not? Okay, let's find a different why. Maybe that why wasn't strong enough. You know? So that's it. I could talk for hours, so let me take a step back. There are other people.
That's good. I mean, you're learning a lot. Appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. For some reason, my video is not coming up. But that was good. That was really, I love that. As soon as I can figure out how to get my video back up.
Is the button red?
The button is not red. And I don't have it facing the other way. Normally I do. You know, I do that from time to time. But, I mean, this is more than just a business. We're a family, you guys, and you can't just not talk to your family every day. I talk to my mother every single day. I talk to my sisters every day. Well, one of my sisters every day. So you have to be accountable to the people on your team just as well. I guess Tyrone got kicked off. But you got to check in. You got to check in. You got to make this thing priority, especially knowing that you're going to be pulling away from your friends and family for the next 90 days. You have to be accountable with somebody. Or you're going to go back. You know, it's kind of like I'm addicted to whatever, and I'm trying to break my addiction. In order for you to change something, you have to change everything. So if you want to change your finances, you have to change your behaviors and how you go about getting it.
You gotta change the people you hang around.
Exactly. You have to make that commitment, and it's going to be some tough times. Trust me, there are going to be a lot of tough times, but you have to commit to the people that are with you on the change, and just plug in with them as opposed to your old lifestyle. You can't bring your family up if you're hanging around them in the same barrel.
Is everybody else sleeping? Let's see.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, I can't get on. Tyrone just got kicked off. Something's going on with the I think we went over time or something. I'm not sure. And Tyrone is the one that initiated the call, so he's gonna have to be the one to stop it.
No, I think there's a way you can stop it yourself. There's an end call button. Yeah, there's a leave call button on the top.
There's a what?
There's like
I'm on the phone, so I don't know how it works on the phone.
oh.
He's back in. Here you go, Tyrone. Welcome back. Can you hear me?
Oh, there goes his video.
Mr.
I'm
Webb,
back.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm back like I never left. What's up?
All right.
Rico.
You wrap it up, sir?
I know I was missing some nuggets. What's going on now? What y'all talking about?
No, we're just saying that we need to connect with everybody. If you want to change your finances, you have to change people you hang around. You can't bring them up unless you're up. You can't keep hanging around the same dirty barrel. Talk about, oh, we're changing. No, you have to change and bring your family up with you.
Facts. It's facts.
So, the call's on you, Mr. Webb.
Well, we pretty much covered the basics. What we want to talk about. It's the first hangout, first actual serious, first serious hangout that we've had. First of many. I think I lost myself. Yeah, nevertheless.
I think you need a new laptop.
Yeah, I know. Don't judge me, okay? Nah, but it's the first of many, okay? And definitely, I appreciate you guys for coming on this and supporting. And we definitely launching this 90K in 90 days, June 1st. And you guys got any questions?
No, I'm good.
No questions? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Don't inbox me. I'm not going to answer.
I know Mika got questions. She always got questions.
Nope.
Hey, she would have questions, right? And then she'd tell me, oh, never mind. I'm like, really? Then why'd you ask me the question? If it was never mind, you disqualified Mika.
Shut up. That's usually because I figured it out on my own.
Wow, like two minutes later.
Have a picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the broadcast, guys.
Wait, hold
Okay.
on. Jay Capo, is he trying to talk?
Jay, you trying to say something?
He might be on mute.
He said he's trying to say something.
Jamel, you on? I don't know.
He's typing in the chat. Look at the chat.
Yeah, I think Keith Jones trying to get on.
Yeah, there's a few people trying to get on. For some reason, Tyrell, we need to do this in Google Plus because I think Google Plus gives you more space.
This is Google Plus.
This is Google Plus, but we need to do some other medium because this is not allowing a lot of people on.
Okay. Then
You guys tried out that what is that? Any meeting?
Yeah, that's webinar, right? That's a webinar?
Yeah, it does everything. It does conference calls. You can do presentations on it.
Okay.
Like this on steroids, and they have an app for it.
Okay. Any meeting. Okay, that's cool. Can it be recorded as far as like a video?
Yep, everything.
Okay, that's cool. We're gonna do that next then.
All right. Bet. All right, you guys, I gotta go to sleep.
Sleep. You disqualified, Kenny. Goodbye.
Come on, man. Sleep is for the broke.
What? Don't be saying that to me, man.
All right, I'll see you guys. I'll speak to you guys another time, man.
All right, it was great chit chat with you guys. Peace, love, and hair grease.
All right, Tyrone. Congrats on that new job, man.
Appreciate the support, man. Thank you.